Alright, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We are the Hebrew Israelites coming out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked ass kingdom. Alright, spiritual Egypt, modern day Babylon. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Shall not niggas, spics, and wetbacks, but God's chosen people that the Bible speaks of that legendary bloodline, the apple of the Lord's eye. But first and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory
To Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Baharak HaKadosh.
Alright, double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, the GMS who teach and rule well, and peace and salutation to the whole for elect. Stay diligent, man.
All right, so we were just dialogue. We have a little sit down. We were just talking about, actually, brother, bring out the title.
Yeah, so the title's going to be They Accomplished a Diligent Search.
Right.
This goes back to the perpetual hatred between Esau and Jacob, our forefathers. Esau being the forefather of the so-called white man, the wicked man that the Bible speaks of. Jacob being the forefather of the upright man, right? The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, along with the other nations who come from, what's our one forefather?
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Which one?
Yeah, you know, we Hebrew Ammonites, Hebrew Moabites, Hebrew.
Abraham.
You talking about Shem?
Abraham.
Shem. Well, Shem and then Abraham.
Shem. That's what I was talking about. So yeah, I'm gonna grab this Jeremiah 31 because they accomplished a diligent search because of this very statement that the Lord said. Jeremiah 31. I'm gonna hit it in the NLT. Let me jump up.
Yeah, they tried. I just got done. I just got done compiling so many things that they have tried to do to destroy us, bro. It will blow your mind. I'm talking about down to. I'm gonna let you finish that, and then I got.
Look, I'm gonna just grab this.
Look how much.
That's crazy. You might have to. Can't you at the bottom? Can't you copy the file or whatever you looked up?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Send it. Yup. Say that. It's Jeremiah 31 and 35 in the NLT. It says, "It is the Lord Yahweh who provides the sun to the light the day, and the moon and the stars to light the night, and who stirs the sea into his roaring waves." It says his name is the Lord Yahweh, the heavens of heaven's armies. And this is what he says. It says, "I am as likely to reject my people as I am to abolish the laws of nature." It says, "This is what the Lord says. Just as the heavens cannot be measured and the foundations of the earth cannot be explored, so will I not consider casting them away for the evil they have done. I, the Lord, have spoken." And that's the point. Like, we will, what he say in Malachi 3, it says, Jacob's not consumed.
Yeah. So
right?
basically, just a little paraphrase, but brother, you said it perfectly. I mean, you read it. It's not doesn't really need much of a breakdown, but the Lord will never do away with his people. You'll hear a lot of Christians today talking about, well, we're spiritual Israel because God did away with his people because they broke the covenant and now everything's for everybody. This is what they would say. That's false narrative. That's a false narrative, and that's a veil. That's a veil that has been pulled over the world's eyes, especially the Israelites, to believe that there is something that they're not. Mm-hmm. Right? That's that disenfranchisement of their history, their culture, their language, and everything. Esau, Edom, right, has done a diligent search in trying to destroy our people in every kind of way imaginable. I'm talking metaphysics, mind, body, and spirit, right? So I used Perplexity, which is an Asian AI, so it will give you a little cleaner prompts and a little bit more truth when it comes to the plight of our people. And like the brother was saying, how the Europeans or the Edomites have done a diligent search to try to destroy us, because the scripture says, matter of fact, you have more than
that? That was a point.
You can never do away. You can never do away.
If you could
number the sands of the sea and the stars.
I just read it, but I read it in the NLT though. But I hit it again, to bring it. Because I got you, bro. I just sometimes, it'd be saucy when you read in them other translations.
Oh no, you're right. Because I'm so
that's why you didn't hear it.
I'm so used to hearing it in the KJV that when you read it, I was like, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it in the KJ this time. Salakia. It's Jeremiah 31 and 35. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart, from before me, saith the Lord. Then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out, it says, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord.
So it's almost impossible to number the stars in the sky and the sands of the sea. That's what it said in the KJV. But right here it says in the heavens and the earth, meaning you can't number the rocks. You can't number the soil, little milligrams. You can't number the stars. The Lord will never do away with his people, and he will never go back on his word. He said, I would yet choose Israel in all things. But to bring this back to full circle on why is there such a perpetual hatred, and why is it that we must know as Israelites who our enemies are, and we can't join hands with Esau because they are a means to an end. So I went on Perplexity to kind of like establish some kind of grounds on what are a few things that they've done. And it says Europeans committed many different harms against so-called black people. And the exact history depends on the country and period. It's all over the world. These included enslavements, colonial conquest, forced labor, land theft, mass killing, segregation, sexual violence, medical abuse, and racist laws that denied rights and dignity. A few bulletin points. Transatlantic slave trade. Millions of Africans, well, so-called Africans, were kidnapped, transported, sold, and forced to work under brutal conditions in the Americas. Colonial violence. European empires used military conquest, village destruction, starvation, and collective punishment to control African populations. Genocide and mass death. Even in German Southwest Africa, the Americas, especially the natives of America, forces killed tens of thousands of Harori and Nami people, Native Americans. Historians in the BBC describe this as the biggest and most egregious genocide in history. The scripture says, nothing has been dealt worse than to Israel.
Yeah, that's Daniel 9:12.
Yep. It says forced labor in prison camps. Mind you, there's a scripture. Get the scripture that goes into that we're snared in houses, or we're snared in holes. And
that's your John. It said Isaiah 42.
Yeah, so bring that out. Bring that out.
It's Daniel 9:12, KJV. It says, and he hath confirmed his words, which he, Salakia 12. It says, and he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
See, when people try to, when you hear people talk about different wars and everyone's been in slavery and look at the Nazi regime and all these other things that they try to use as a trivial means to try to balance the playing field. Nothing has ever been done worse to a group of people on this planet other than the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the only people that have been spread to the four corners of the earth. And you want to know what makes it crazy? All you have to do is watch FIFA World Cup. All these nations hate niggas. But when you look at them, when they need to be represented on the highest stage when it comes to soccer, which is the #1 sport in the world, look at France. All black players. They were all Hebrew Israelites. Look at America. Mostly Hebrew Israelites. Look at most of these nations. Hebrew Israelites representing them on the highest stage. That lets you know that our people are spread to the four corners of the earth. Everybody wants to use a nigga. Everybody wants to be a nigga. But nobody want to be a nigga. Because also, FIFA World Cup has also shown the racism towards so-called black people at the highest stage. Mbappe, right? Who's a Hebrew Israelite? They called him, he was a nigga that was, the ambassador, senator of France came at his neck and said, he was one of those who used to sip on coconuts for a living. And now she coming at him. Wow. Like, look at Argentina and how, if you know the history of Argentina, how they literally wiped out almost 95% of their black population. And it was on purpose because they didn't want to be associated. You got to understand that these people have a perpetual hatred. So I'm going to keep going.
I didn't know that. That's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Argentina is
Messi in them.
Nah, I'm saying that's what's the name?
That's South America.
Tribes.
That they're not part of us. They wiped us out.
Oh, okay.
They wiped us out.
Chilly though. We chilly though.
No. Our people could be down in there.
Yeah.
But they strategically.
They just like.
They had their president at the time. This was back then. They were going through all these civil wars and wars. what they did is they enlisted all the black and brown populations, knowing that there was going to be wars that they couldn't win, and enlisted them to the front lines where most of them died. And then they imported Europeans, Spaniards, French, and all those people to come down into Argentina, and they had a policy called for whitewashing, and they strategically whitewashed black and brown out of the population. So literally, if you go to Argentina, you're not going to, it's going to be very rare and hard to find a so-called black man or man of color.
Or what they call Afro-Latino.
Or what they call Afro. You are not going to find it.
Because you go to every other country in South America, they got an Afro something.
Right. You go to Argentina, they like, no, it's not down here.
Yeah.
It's not down here. So, just giving perspective. So, right here, to get another bulletin, racial oppression in Europe. Black people in Europe were targeted by discrimination, harassment, police brutality, exclusion from jobs and housing, persecution, including forced sterilization and denial of citizenship. Here we go. I can keep going. This is literally, we're talking about how they diligent search. These people have tried their best to eradicate us off the face of the earth, but they can't because the Lord, get that, they shall not pass their bounds. The Lord, get that, I think it's Job. Bring that out real quick.
Yup, it's Job 14 and verse 5. Job 14 and 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day.
So this is talking about the wicked man. The wicked man, aka Esau, Edom, and also the other wicked nations. The Lord has set boundaries where they cannot pass. He allows them to do, just like, mind you, even in the story of Job, when Satan himself was going to and from the earth, right? And when a great bet happened on Job, right? When the Lord and when Yahweh and Satan had a bet on Job, what did he say? He said you could do everything you want to him. You could do anything. Can't kill him though. It's the same thing when it comes to the nation of Israel. Yes, they broke my covenant and my laws, so these curses are allowed to be put on them. And this is as far as you can go. Right. You will never be able to eradicate them because I will never let that happen. But guess what? Esau, Edom, right? Our twin evil brother, what did they do? They went too far. They pushed the boundary as far as they can go, and they're still doing that diligent search and trying to, even to this day. I'm going to keep reading. It says, these were not random acts of individuals alone. They were often built into law, state policy, and empire. That is why historians usually describe them as system of racism and colonial domination, not just personal prejudice. Because if this was just like, oh, I just want to take the land and want my birthright, you would take what you needed to take after they were destroyed and keep it moving. But this is something where the so-called white man hates us, but they will not let us go. They won't let us have our sovereignty. They won't let us build our own communities, because every time we try, what do they do? Bomb it, flood it, create genocides, kill everybody, lynch. They don't want us to be away from them, because they also understand that us being apart from them means their immediate and imminent destruction. You got to understand something. Separating from us will get them destroyed. Because the Lord will be like, all right, well, let my people go.
Jake going to naturally come together. You still going to have still going to have little crimes, but the crimes between Israelite on Israelite crime is going to significantly drop, because we're going to realize, like, damn, we don't have that same oppression over us anymore.
Exactly.
So now Jake going to kind of be like, it's going to be a lookout for each other. Like, all right, well, we ain't got the so-called white man oppressing us no more. We got our own banks. We got our own currency, our own everything.
Yep. And actually, right now, the first time in history, or in a very long time, since like the early 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, Jake is actually starting to stick together. I've been seeing an uptick in Jake spending money in only black-owned businesses all over the internet. Yo, don't go there no more. Go to this one. Oh, you want toilet paper? Yo, this a black-owned brand. Yo, that makes toilet paper that's clean, unbleached, and ain't gonna give you chemicals on it. Boom. Oh, you want to get your hair done? Go here. I've been seeing an uptick in this. So-called black people are starting to choose themselves before they're choosing their enemies, and we know that's the omen, because what? 250 years of an empire and that 400 plus years of slavery is done. It's done. So our people are starting to remember themselves, right? But also our people are starting to show a lot more love to each other. Yes, we're going to have the 2/3, but on a other standpoint, you starting to see a transition, and other nations are upset about it. The Asian community is upset about it. The Latino community, even though Latinos, some Latinos, not all, are part of us. Remember Afro-Latino, Afro-Spanish. Our people don't care because they were talking about all over the internet right now and talking about Streamers University and how Kai Cenat only invited basically all black people,
black creators,
black creators, and he did accept so-called Latino creators, but guess what they were? Afro-Latino. So the whitish the Latinos are all upset. Oh, he barely let he only let the Afro-Latinos in. Well, why are you upset that he's choosing his own people to elevate when you guys do it for verbatim? Y'all will have construction services where you will hire only Mexican or you will hire only Spanish. But if you ask for a black crew will accept you, but you won't accept us. Or we'll go into y'all have racist statements and racist and all types of ways of trying to destroy us. But when it's y'all want us to come fight your wars and come fight your battles, but you will never stand up and come help us fight ours. Now that you're starting to see more and more so-called black people stand up and support each other and be about themselves, now all of a sudden the whole world's upset. Asian community, oh, they don't want to spend their money here. Oh, well then fuck them. We're not gonna.
But Asians, y'all only spend your money with each other anyway.
Because you see how it is. As long
Indians only spend their money with each other anyway.
Exactly. As long as Jake is a homeborn slave, subservient to the rest, they're okay with us.
Right.
But
Ishmael only spend money with Ishmael.
But as soon as we start standing 10 toes for ourselves and standing upright, then the world has a problem. This is the reason why they have a diligent search. Hear me go. I'm going to keep going. Systems put in place. Chattel slavery, which is the worst in history. Black people were legally treated as property so families could be separated, bodies punished, and labor stolen for profit. Colonial administration. European powers governed territories to benefit the empire using taxes, land seizure, forced labor, military force to control black populations. Segregation and legal exclusion. Laws restricted where black people could live, work, travel, vote, learn, and gather, which kept inequality locked across generations. Policing and punishment. Black communities were often over-surveilled, harshly punished, and criminalized. A pattern the UN, US, and all European nations have linked to systemic racism and the disproportionate killing of people of African descent. Pseudoscience and propaganda. Racist theories and stereotypes were used to portray black people as inferior, dangerous, or less human, making oppression seem natural and justified. All nations use this against us. All of you have done it. Think about it. We was talking about it earlier. We go to China, barely there's any black people in China. You go to China and they got terms, nigger, niggas, nigga, and they're all looking at us as, oh my God, I'm scared. Why are you scared of us? Because of the propaganda that was been put forth. The whole world knows that black people are treated the worst. You'll notice that every population on the planet will literally dress like us, act like us, talk like us. Even the LGBTQ, whatever the fuck Z community is, when people are gay, what do they personify? A ghetto black woman. Literally. You see white guys, cocky bitch. Why does gay have to be associated with the appropriation of black women? Why? Why is it that when a man is strong, they want to perpetuate a black man? But then when it comes to fighting our fights or being a part of our community or seeing the injustices, they all turn their fucking faces and act like they've seen nothing. They have done a diligent search. I'm going to keep going.
I got some too.
Go ahead.
I got a quick one.
Yeah,
so, First Maccabees 2:10. It says, let's read 9. It says, her glorious, it's talking about Israel. Her glorious vessels are carried away into her captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation have not had part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
So what nation has not had a hand in the spoils of the nation of Israel? Everybody on the world, on this entire world, profits off of us, either directly or indirectly. We create the trend. So if we say, perfect example. Let's say right now, if Kai Cenat, these brand deals will go to Kai and be like, yo, we need you to put this on your joint because you got millions of followers. And if you do it, the rest of the niggas going to do it. And if they do it, the rest of the world going to do it. So if you show your shirt wear my shirt on your stream, and then say, yo, shout me out, I'll pay you $1 million to put me on there because you know you're gonna make tens of millions off of me.
Right.
Now what were these systems used for? What was the purpose of these systems? It says what they achieved. These systems concentrated wealth, land, and political power in white hands while pushing black people into vulnerability and dependency. If you read the Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy
Curses.
28, the curses, it literally talks about that we will literally have to borrow from our enemies at all times. It literally says that these systems concentrated wealth, land, and political power in white hands while pushing black people into vulnerability and dependency. The effects still show up in unequal wealth, health, housing, education, exposure to violence today, which the UN and America describes as enduring legacies of colonialism and slavery. The fact that they already know and done nothing to change it, and what they'll do is they'll change small things and say, oh, well, we had so much change. What change have you actually had? Right? What was the goal? The goal was control. Take labor, take land, limit freedom, and make inequality last. That is why historians describe these as structural forms of anti-black oppression, not isolated acts of prejudice. And I can keep going. There were many unethical medical... This is also a diligent search. Then they started doing all these fucking experiments on us to see, why are these people so strong? Why can't we destroy them? Why can't we create a fucking virus that only wipes them out? Why is it that everything we've tried just never seems to stick? As we burn them, they rise. As we hurt them, they rise. As we make them start last place, an hour later, they still seem to come in first place. What the fuck is going on with these people? Here we go. There was many unethical medical experiences and abuses done on black people, especially in the U.S. and under colonial regimes. One of the most infamous was the Tuskegee syphilis study, where treatments was withheld from black men with syphilis so research could observe the disease progression. Withholding treatment. Doctors told black patients they were being treated, they gave no real cure, or actively blocked access to it. Non-consensual experiments. Black people were used in tests, demonstrations, and trials without informed consent, including in hospitals and medical schools. I remember one story of a black woman being operated on without anesthesia, cutting into her bones and flesh around a school of white doctors. And because she was 3/5 of a human to them and not, they would literally sit there and just, while she's screaming, they would just gag her and they would be cutting her open and talking to her. So when you peel the skin back, and then if you want to open up the fetus and the stomach, and they were doing this to this woman. I'm pretty sure that was just one instance of many.
They were saying we got like high
They were
pain
high tolerance for pain. No, we don't. It's just we're meant to endure, right? It says painful procedures. Historical accounts describe surgeries and invasive procedures performed on enslaved or marginalized black patients, often without proper anesthesia or permission. I just gave you one. Race-based pseudoscience. Researchers used racist beliefs to justify harmful experiments, claiming black people were biologically inferior or suited for exploitation. Forced and coerced participation. Some people were lured with promises of free care, meals, and other aid, then subjected to studies that did not understand. Get that? The wives are smoother than oil. Their mouths smoother than but war within their hearts.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. It's like I'm chopping it up. Look at that real quick.
You good. No, that's Isaiah 55, I believe. Yeah, it's 55. Damn. It's lucky, bro. Give me 1 second. Isaiah 55:21. Fucking BLB wouldn't load up.
The Blue Letter Bible is
Yeah, shit wouldn't load. It stopped at
Yeah,
verse 13.
they've been messing
It
with
stopped
they've
at
been
13.
They don't
said,
compromise,
bro.
They compromised the Blue Letter Bible because it was given the breakdowns, the etymology, and then they chopped that joint up,
Oh,
bro.
look. 55.
They cut it off.
13.
It's no longer there. They cut off scriptures. That we already know what the end of the Bible says about those who do that kind of stuff.
This shit compromise.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, so we look. Why are they cutting up the Bible? Hold on. Now this is part of it. Why are they limiting verses and taking things out of the Bible? Because we Israelites are waking up to the truth of the Bible, and we're using the scriptures. Remember, it says the scriptures are sharper than any two-edged sword. We are using our scriptures to cut them down and to reveal their wickedness. And guess what? They're systematically removing things. You get it in a different genre, bro.
Yo, that's crazy,
Yep,
bro.
we just
that's
seen
the
it.
first time I witnessed that. Now I got it right here.
Go ahead.
It's on the regular app. Psalms 55:21. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart. So even when it says right here, some people were lured with promises of free care, meals, and other aid, then subjected to studies that they did not understand. Why it happened. These abuses were rooted in systems that treated black people as less worthy of protection, especially under slavery, Jim Crow, and colonial rule. The goal was often to gain knowledge, status, or profit while ignoring black people's rights and suffering. Why this still matters. These events left a long legacy of distrust towards medicine and research in black communities because the harm was real and repeated over generations, perpetually. Right? I don't have to keep going on this because if I keep going, I'm going to keep getting myself angry. But when people sit here and say, why are you so angry? Why do you seem like you hate these people? I hate those that hate me. I like what the Lord likes. I hate what the Lord hates. I trust those that are doing good by my people. The Lord tells us to have peace with all men if possible. I am all about character. I test the spirits of our people. I test the character of other men. Hear me out. I'm going to say that again. I test the spirits of our people. I test the character of other men. I don't believe everyone has a spirit. When I say that, I'm talking about the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. I'm pretty sure we all have souls. And if those who don't have souls and they're drones or sold them, that's on them. They have their due judgment that's coming. All right? But there's a reason a lot of these people are doing it. They, like the brother started with, they have done a diligent search trying to figure out why the Lord chose us to be his special people. And if they would have just read the scriptures, Deuteronomy 7:6, it would have told them directly. But guess what? They wanted to go and research for themselves. And their research has done nothing but harm, rape, rob, pillage, and destroy. And even with all of that, they cannot destroy us. All right? What you got?
I got Isaiah 11. It's going into how Judah and Israel going to be brought back together in the latter days. It's Isaiah prophesying. Yep. Go ahead, bro.
We're still on the topic about people being snared. Isaiah 42:22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
And why do they, and mind you, I'm going to make this very clear understanding. Why do most nations, especially Esau, Edom, want to snare in prison houses and holes? It's because it's our standing army. If all the men in prison, all the young Jakes in prison, all those men were in their right minds, and we had to go pound for pound, top of the food chain, war, on an equal playing field, everyone would lose but us. Why? You see this in everything. The smartest, most brilliant, the most athletic, the tallest, the fastest are our people. The strongest, the most intuitive, the most wisdom are our people. So it's easier to destroy our nation by keeping our men or our army where? In prison houses, snares, and holes. The systematic oppression was created to keep us broken down so we could never rise. But little did they know, which they're trying to offset prophecy, and as you see that they keep chopping up the scriptures, they're trying to stop our people from rising, but it's inevitable. It is inevitable. The scriptures say, my people shall wake up in the land of their captivity and then remember themselves. And what happens when they start to remember themselves? And then the end shall come. What has been the uptick across the world? World War III, wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. Matthew the 24th chapter. All these things are all happening once the children of Israel started to remember themselves. Mm-hmm. So this is why this is why, like I just brought out on our earlier camp, right? How, our enemies, including the women that have a despise against us, are now knowing that they have but a short time. So they're mobilizing because they know how they have, but get that Revelation 12. I think that right? They should.
Yep, 12.
Yeah. I'm getting back to precepts, brother.
Yeah, it's a lot of you
real
too.
quick.
It was Psalms 55. It was Psalms 55 and 21. I said Isaiah.
Okay, that's why.
I know I said Isaiah.
But no, they
Just
chopped up a
making
lot.
Yeah, still though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. You good? Said you want to grab something real quick?
Yeah, Matthew 24:14.
Yeah.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come. Right? And we notice that the end is coming. Right? And we also understand that the famine of the word is coming as well, because you see that Israel has already passed a law in their nation and country that Christianity is now illegal and all Christian groups must leave. Now, mind you, that's because they believe in the Son of Man. Right? Now, even if they got the name wrong, we understand what they're trying to say. The doctrine's off, all that, blah, 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 blah. But there are Israelites. A lot of the Palestinians were actually Israelites that converted to Islam. A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Right? Because remember, when we fled in the mountains in 70 AD, the Roman persecution, some were left and they were caught up in that. And they were what? Turned into slaves once again. They were put into the militaries. They were killed. All those things. They wanted the occupation of Jerusalem, the Great Fall. It wasn't an extermination of Jerusalem. It was the complete occupation of. And once you are occupied, you usually keep survivors to do what? To become tributes and homeborn slaves. And this is what you will call Palestine now, aka Israel. What you got?
It's Revelations 12, yo. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Here's the thing. Esau got y'all in a trick bag. All you nations that are joining hands with Esau. He got y'all believing that his way is the only way or the right way. And because of that, that's why it says, woe to them, the dwellers of the land and the sea. It's talking about all the nations. Because he knows he has but a short time, so he's going to come down with great wrath. Why do you think they're bombing Iran? Why do you think they're bombing Lebanon? Why do you think they're trying to take over the Middle East and dismantle even every religion? Why did they just have their first summit of the Noahide laws, where the leaders are coming for the Noahide laws? They're getting ready to destroy the last foundations of the old world to implement the new world order in the Noahide laws. Why? Because they know that the Heavenly Father is sending his only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus. His real name is Yahweh Shai, to come back and wage war with the earth. So they're trying to have their foundations put in place. All of this is about the Israelites, for us, FUBU, for us, by us. Literally. And the best thing you other nations could have done was fight for us, fight along with us, and join hand in hand. But because you didn't, that judgment will touch you as well.
Or even just leave us the fuck alone.
Or just left us the fuck alone. So you can say, but Lord,
I ain't have no part in
I ain't
that.
got no part in that. You know what? I'm gonna have a little mercy on you then.
You ain't do shit about it.
But
you ain't take part in it.
so I'm not gonna put all your kings and nobles and feathers of
I
iron.
fuck y'all up because you ain't do shit. But
Yeah,
I ain't
exactly.
gonna destroy y'all.
Exactly. You know, but that's why if you read the scriptures, every nation is going to be punished. They're all going to be punished, but not eradicated. There's literally only one nation on the planet that will be eradicated off the face of the earth, and this is prophecy in the Bible that we all have. If you read the book of Obadiah, it's literally one book, one chapter. It was very clear, straight to the
The
point.
destruction of Esau.
It literally
That's all Obadiah.
It's just
The
one
Lord
book.
gave Esau, he gave him one vision. It was like, yo, I'm going to give you the destruction
of-
end of Esau.
I'm like, look, I want you to know this now. Every other nation going to get their asses kicked. They're going to have their servitude, but we're going to have mercy. But this nation right here, I want you to understand. Get used to, burn their faces in your eyes now, because you will never see this after this.
Yep.
We will never see them. We will never see colorless people on this planet ever the fuck again after that 1,000 years. And I gotta be honest. Did you see? And mind you, this is not even me. Listen, I am not a bigot, but I am a racist. Meaning, I do believe my people are superior than the rest. Because the word racist just means that you prefer your people over the rest. Bigotry is when you don't like somebody because of the creed, color, their skin, and all that. I'm not a bigot. I don't care about the color of your skin. I care about the character or the spirit. So people have this misconception, oh, you're a racist. I'm like, all right, well, most of y'all are. Think about it. Asians buy from Asians. Why? Because you believe your people are better. Indians buy from Indians. Arabs from Arabs. Everyone does it but us. But lately, we have started to learn, well, y'all don't give a fuck about us. You know what? Fuck y'all.
Right.
That's what's happening. Now, are they waking up to the truth of who they are? Some. But they're at least getting that concept of, yo, if you're black, buy black, be black, invest in black, stay black. Now, mind you, black is a color. I'm giving perspective here.
Yeah, very
Right.
general.
Right, just speaking in general, right?
But it's like, let me hit this real quick.
Go on.
It's Isaiah 11:11. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt.
Whoa. So this is explaining to you that when the Lord comes back, he's coming to gather his people. Why is it saying his people and not the whole world? Oh, I thought you were coming for the world. No, I didn't say that, bro. I said I'm coming back from my people that are scattered, the remnants of my people in these nations that they were led in captivity to. Where was one of the Syrian? Read it off.
Yup. Because I'm pretty sure
They all had us in slavery.
these numbers, this is less than 10 places that this was probably the known world at the time.
It's the known world. Yep.
Right? So again, continuing in 11, it says, he shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria.
We were enslaved by them.
In Egypt,
Enslaved.
Pathros,
Enslaved.
Cush.
That's in Canaan. I don't know. We fought against them. I'm not sure we were enslaved.
We was at war with them.
We was always at war with them.
Yup.
But go ahead.
It's Elam,
Enslaved.
Shinar,
At war.
Hamath,
Slavery.
and from the islands of the sea. It says
It depends where that was
yeah,
at.
y'all
But
all dependent.
that all depends where it was at.
Island, Mediterranean, you know, it could have been.
Because the Mediterranean, we were enslaved. The Isles of Pathos, enslaved. Then we got to think about the Caribbean, enslaved. That's all islands.
Mm-hmm.
You think about Fiji, over there in Hawaii, enslaved, European slavery. Not saying all those people are ours. Remember, we're scattered amongst these.
Did to the Tasmanians, they
Yep.
eradicated them.
Over in Australia, eradicated. They literally wiped all in there. Aboriginal, wiped them off the face of the earth. I'm not sure if they were us or not. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure our people were down there because we were everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know. And mind you, those are Aboriginals down there.
Niggas everywhere.
Yeah, and mind you, those
Literally, bro, like,
mind you, those
Maybe not in mass, but
but mind you, those Aboriginals in Australia had blonde hair, blue eyes, and they were chocolate. Look it up. Blonde hair, blue eyes, chocolate. Yes,
They was
Aboriginals.
floating around for a minute, bro.
Nah.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful people.
It was beautiful.
Most of them gone. Most of them gone. Literally, if you see an Aboriginal, it's like rare. Like, oh, snap.
Yeah,
You see?
y'all still around? It's probably a few around. They just out the way.
I'm about to fucking.
Shit, they probably like, yo, bro, they done killed this, bro. They see us, it's over. You know what I mean? Let me hit 12. Isaiah 11:12. It says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So these are the Israelite foreigners. These are the Hellenized Jews that were dispersed through captivity. Right? They doing their bid.
Yo, I found it.
Go ahead, Rose.
My man says, yes, Australian Aboriginal people are still here, and they are living in populations with many distinct communities across Australia.
Yeah, so they mingle.
But guess what? No. They're basically saying that they're scattered, but they're in like small populations. Let me see if I can get pictures of Australian Aboriginal people. Yeah, that was us. Straight J.
My thing is this: how can you have this such a great nation that's athletic and that's intelligent,
Hey, look,
but they
look.
so dependable on all these other nations? It's like, yo, it got to be some more to them.
Now, I'm not saying all of these people are us,
You know what I mean?
but
well, that's why you even go to the first Maccabees too, and it says, "What nation have not part of her spoil?" And
Exactly.
then the very next verse on 11 goes into, it says something like she's a bondwoman or she's a slave, talking about Israel, the land of Israel. So what nation have not part of her spoils? But it goes into how Israel is slaves, a homeborn slave.
yep, it's Israel. Yep.
Yep. But that's all because of our disobedience.
Right.
Simple, bro. We were disobedient, so therefore the Lord judged us, bro.
Yeah, they had communities out there, all of them with blonde hair. Mind you, it was called Solomon's Islands.
Solomon's Islands.
Look right here, Solomon's Islands. The islands have natural blondes with dark skin. Solomon's Islands.
Wow.
Who's King Solomon? The islands have natural blondes with dark hair and distinct blue eyes.
The significance of the body, though, the hope for elect, Lord willing, we endure unto the end. We see how beneficial that is to us, even in this flesh. So it's like the Lord did the worst possible thing he could to us besides destroy us. He wouldn't do that, so he divided us and spread us out across our servants.
Wow.
Those who weren't created to rule. So this is
Some beautiful people, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
They did these people dirty. Look at these people. And it's called, they live on Solomon's Island.
Yeah, they the devil, bro.
Yeah, this is fucked up. Let's see. Yeah, it's showing a lot of different. Salaki, I'm just looking at the different pictures of the melanated people out there. And look, they wore fringes too. Most natives always had like fringes on their tribes, on their garments. Now I'm not saying all these people, but you know what I'm saying. We're scattered to the four corners of the earth. Australia is at the bottom, very bottom, so I'm pretty sure we were there too.
God.
Yeah, man. It's get some scriptures on their wickedness. And then we could
Bro, they said
about 45 in.
I Googled what percentage of the ocean has been explored. You know, I'm going into their diligent search, but they said 5%. They got technology that mapped the high resolution seafloor sonar and all that. They mapped out about 30%, but about 5% of the total ocean volume in its life zones.
So
bro, they scared, bro.
We've
like,
only
5% of the ocean.
We've only wait.
Yo, that's
this
scary.
entire planet, and they've only discovered or explored 5% of the ocean. 28% has been scanned at the bottom floor. That means, bro, there's so much shit.
It's one thing about mapping the floor, but exploring it,
bro, no,
5%.
but 28% mapped. That's it.
That's not even.
That's
bro,
not even a lot.
It's not even half.
No, bro. Like, bro, you gotta understand. There's probably islands and land masses that we don't know nothing about.
Visually explore deep ocean, less than 0.001%.
Roughly the size of Rhode Island.
Bro,
we've only freaking explored Rhode Island.
Is that why they stopped? They probably
seen
they start exploring in the air, right?
Yeah, remember, because what does it say in scriptures? Thou shalt make any graven images of the great deep below and the heavens above. So I'm pretty sure there's something under. There's probably cities underground, underwater,
bro.
in spirit, bro. Portals to, bro. I'm telling you right now, because mind you, it's water above us, it's water below us. What if there's worlds below us that we don't know about? And the Lord says you're not allowed to know about none of that.
We talking about space, but bro, we talking.
But space is really just water,
right?
Bro, that is crazy, bro. That is crazy.
What did you want me to grab, bro? Salaki.
Oh, no,
that kind of brought it back full circle with the diligent search.
Oh, the wickedness.
Them trying to map shit out.
Yeah, we about 45 in.
Let me see. This is
Proverbs 24:19. It says, "Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked." Why does the Lord tell us that? Because they're going to have, listen, every man shall be rewarded. Every man shall be rewarded for their deeds and all the wickedness that they have sold on this planet, from rape and robbing, pillaging, from polluting the earth, the water, the oceans, the air, the food, everything that they're doing. But the pharmaceutical companies, the oppression that I read about earlier, all these things are being accounted for. Nothing is going unnoticed, and the Lord is going to give them the reward for what they've done. All right?
You got more, bro?
It says, 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers themselves with mankind. Who are those people? Those people are usually the wicked. And also the 2/3 of our people that can't get right because they were taught those wicked ways by who? Their oppressors. Right? Joining hands with Esau, woe to them to go down to Egypt for help. Woe to them that trust in chariots. Woe to them that trust in their enemies. You are going to have a sore destruction and you will know death by pain. These things are very prevalent in the Bible. And it seems like everyone seems to just want to read over it. It's like, yeah, for thou so loved the word. It also says right here. Okay, but what about all the passages and precepts you skipped over? This is the truth. A lot of people don't want to hear the wrath of the Lord. They don't want to hear about it. All right, what you got?
I got Malachi 1 and 3. It says, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will destroy, I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever. That's the people, the Lord's curse. We was talking about, you know how there's not going to be any color. You said there was not going to be any colorless people in the kingdom, right? Right? That's their skin color or their lack of skin color. It goes back to the curse of Cain.
What you got, Maki?
I had Psalm. I mean, we quoted it. We ain't really bring it up.
You can bring it up.
Psalm 64. We ain't bring it out yet, right?
Oh no, bro. That's the whole That's the name of the
point.
lesson.
Psalm 64 is starting at 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought, every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away.
Damn. You started at 6?
I started at 6, yeah. Which one did it start out?
Yeah, go up a little bit, bro. I think
Yeah, you can start from the top.
Yeah, the top for real, right?
Psalm 64 from the top. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
See, we know, we're aware of what they're doing. So it's like, in a sense, we like David. He said, yo, protect me from my enemies. They wet and they wet. They swords is wet. Like read, was it 4, bro? Salakia, or 3?
It was 3.
Shooting at us in the dark or something like that.
Yo, it reminds me of that story of, you read the memoirs, was it Christopher Columbus? It says that this man was swinging his sword so long.
Oh, he had a bloodlust.
He had a bloodlust, but he was just killing and killing to the point where from sun up to sundown he was just swinging to the point where like literally his whole, they said he was completely covered in blood and he couldn't stop. Like he couldn't satiate his bloodlust of killing our people. He just kept cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting, bro. And then you read what the brother just brought out, bro. Come on, man, bro. You cannot.
Because we met them. They met us. We met them with peace. The
same way we treat people today is the same way we treated people back then. How many times, let's say we having a cookout. Let's be realistic. We having a cookout outside, and let's say a homeless Asian guy walk up to us. Man, can I just get a plate? What's 9 times out of 10 the black people gonna do? Man, give him a plate.
Give him a plate.
Yo, give him a plate, man. Yo, what you want, man?
Niggas gonna bid a little bit.
Look at this motherfucker.
We're gonna give him a plate.
Give him a plate.
Yo, fuck this nigga. Fuck.
Yo, hook him up.
Yo, what you want?
Hook him up.
Yo, what you want? Yo, man. And then,
what you want?
And
give him a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you know what? And you know what's going? You know what? Let's bless him. You know what? You want cake too? We got a couple cakes and some pies.
That's what Jake do.
That's
bro.
Jake. But guess what? Let us be homeless and you walk past a fucking family having a cookout.
Oh
my God, Colicots, I'm uncomfortable.
One of those gunslinging eating, like, man, get the fuck out, man. I'll pull the Glock out right now, man.
Bro, shit's fucking real, bro. It's fucking real, bro. Like literally, and look, and the same thing we did back then. These fucking devils got off their boats and we like, hey man, y'all need something? Hey, we noticed you guys are over here dying of starvation, and you started your little community. You want me to teach you how to fish and plant crops? And then as soon as we did that, then so once they learned how to sustain themselves, then they called in their army to come eradicate us.
He said, oh, yo, all I need is 25 men with swords. 50 men with swords.
Yep.
So we could take over the whole...
Yeah, they're so safe here. They don't even have doors on their houses. They have such a great ecosystem and a great bartering system where no one wants for anything. The earth is the earth. They don't have a sense of ownership of the land. They say that the land, we're supposed to live one with the land. We were so natural with everything. These niggas like, so y'all don't own none of this? No one owns this. Who can own the land and the air? Who can own a tree?
Yahweh, it's owned by the Lord.
This was freely given. The water is freely given, so we give the water for free. The fruit grows on the tree, so we freely give the fruit. Well, y'all don't own the tree? Well, who can own the tree? White man come. Well, I'm the one to own it. Kill y'all. Ownership. Now pay taxes for the free water. You want to buy water? You want to buy fruit? Oh, you want to buy dirt? You want to buy... What the fuck? Just thinking about it's pissing me off.
You literally gotta go buy dirt, bro.
Bro, it's just pissing me off just now.
You ain't hear about the boy the white boy that got booked for collecting rainwater?
Yeah.
He had the whole thousands of dollars is set up in his back. And the government came through. Yeah, it's coming from the sky. If it falls on your land, that's government property.
But then they'll talk about land deeds and say that your land deed is from here in your plot all the way to the sky. So do I own it or I don't?
No, it's a
And
facade.
bro, he did 30 days.
Yep, and
they fined him like $2 million.
They fined him a couple mil?
I gotta
It
look at that.
It doesn't even
It
matter.
don't, but this thing is, they seized his property. My man did 30 days, and they basically just brodered him for his shit. That shit's fucking wild, bro.
The federal government, man. It's a bitch, bro. It's unconstitutional, man. We don't live by the Constitution of America. I think at some point in the last decade, the last century, the U.S. secretly underwent a new constitution. Because federal taxes, all of this taxation is unconstitutional. Americans. I'm not gonna say we.
Most countries.
The whole 1776 shit, where America got their independence, the whole purpose of them fighting against Great Britain was because of taxation. Yep. And they were bitching about
Boston Tea Party.
It was like
1 cent, like 3 cents more.
It was like 1% or some shit, 2%. They were bitching about that.
Yep.
Here it is, we get taxed 30-40% of our paycheck before we even fucking see it.
Yep.
And then when we get our paycheck,
then
we gotta go pay taxes on everything we fucking buy.
And we should have had Civil War hundreds of years ago to fix that. But guess what? As long as they were getting us to do the work, they didn't give a fuck. Remember this. These are a bunch of spoiled children.
Yo, that whole ass, Chris had to come back with something, dog.
Oh, bro.
You remember, I'm saying he had to. When he left, they gave it his bread. I know you better come back with something. You selling.
Bro, he came back. Bro, he said, remember, El Salvador, cities of gold. This man found cities over here. See, they're telling you we were in huts. They found cities.
Road to El Dorado.
Cities, brother. I'm talking cities. So, mind you, what was going on in France and Europe right now? They didn't have a good sewage system, so they were throwing shit in the street, and they wasn't taking baths and all these things. That was going while they were coming over here looking for and seeing all the clean people. They were over there dying of diseases, syphilis, polio blankets, and chlamydia, gonorrhea. All comes from Europe. Get a whoop. I'm pissing myself off.
That shit good. What's the one joint, man?
Get a whoop. It's pissing me off.
I think I got
pissing
one.
me off, dog. It's straight pissing me off. Oh my goodness, bro. Oppression will definitely make a wise man mad, bro. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, bro. Or you go straight to Obadiah and just hit the last little joint where it says this is the controversy of Zion. I shall just get that prepare slaughter. We'll leave it right there.
That's it.
Yep, just prepare slaughter. We'll leave it right there. Because this is the judgment that comes to those who have done all the egregious things on the planet. This is the truth of it.
It's Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, the son, and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will make also it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. It says, the Lord of hosts have sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand.
Exactly. So, we are non-violent until it's time to be violent. I won't touch you if you don't touch me. But when my Lord and Savior get back for the controversy of Zion, it's up. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Baharakah, the blindness of elders and apostles, great millstone, shalom to the elect.
Shalom.